Thank you all for calling in on such short notice. I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, this isn't a good call. It's a bad call. Former UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar has diverticulitis again. He spent all day yesterday over at the Mayo Clinic, has gone through a bumper-to-bumper, I guess we'll call it, of tests. And, this thing acted up on him again. He's got some serious choices to make in the next couple of weeks, whether to fight this thing or to take the surgery. He's on the phone with us here today, so you guys can ask him questions. And his June 11th bout in Vancouver with Junior dos Santos will still go on, only Dos Santos will fight Shane Carwin instead of Brock Lesnar. So we can go ahead and open it up for questions.
And at this time, if you would like to ask a question, please press the star and 1 on your touch-tone phone. Please keep in mind that you may remove yourself from the question queue at any time by pressing the pound key. Once again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your touch-tone phone. We'll move first to the site of Franklin McNeil with ESPN.com. Your line is open.
Yeah, my question for Brock. Brock, when have you been feeling any physical change, or when did you become aware of the recurring illness?
Well, let me start off by saying this. First and foremost, I want to thank the UFC. I want to thank Mr. White, and I want to apologize to Junior dos Santos and to Spike TV. And this is an unfortunate situation for me. I dodged a bullet about 2 years ago with diverticulitis. At that time, not knowing what the problem was, and dodged a bullet by not having the surgery. And diverticulitis is an illness that never goes away. It's something that I've dealt with since my first occurrence, and have been battling with it. It's just it's something that's in your colon for the rest of your life, and I've been able to maintain it to a point where it's tolerable. But I was able to go through 2 training camps, Shane Carwin and Cain Velasquez, and made it through those camps without having a bout or any symptoms. And I've been dealing with some symptoms for the last, I would say, 3 months. I felt a little bit while I was filming The Ultimate Fighter. And the only way to treat the symptoms is by getting on antibiotics and allowing the antibiotics to take its course and to fight the infection. And during the course of this training camp, I felt another infection, got another CT scan done on my stomach where it was visible inflation. And due to that, what it does to you, it didn't allow me to train to my full capabilities. And I was forced to make a decision to go back down to the doctor this week to figure out how far this thing was along, and what it does is it drains my entire body down. Basically, you've got an infection in your stomach, and all my resources went to fight this problem instead of rebuilding what I tore down in the gym. So it's not as serious as last time. It just didn't allow me to train the way I needed to train for a #1 contenders bout. I am forced with the decision to either have surgery or to deal with this for the rest of my life. So obviously, I'm fighting a different fight here, other than having to give up the fight on June 11th. So a lot of things go through your mind as an athlete, especially myself. This is something that has been wearing on me for about a month now, and different thoughts come to your mind, but it wouldn't be fair to myself. Well, this isn't something for me. I'll tell you one thing: I'm not retiring. This isn't the end of my fight career. Okay, this is something that I believe and I have a strong faith. There's a solution to every problem. I just got to find the right solution to fix this problem. So I love this sport, and I love what I do. This isn't the end of Brock Lesnar. This is a speed bump in the road, and trust me, I've incurred a lot of speed bumps throughout my career, and this is one of them. And instead of not facing the music, I'm here to tell everybody, because I've been here before, and we want to make it known that I want to state that this is not an end of my career. Far from it.
Okay. Hey, man, best wishes to you, man.
Thank you.
And our next question will come from the site of Jose Rodriguez with Sun Media. Your line is now open.
Hi, Brock. I guess my question is, last time you were dealing with this, it was a life or death situation that you were dealing with. You said this wasn't that serious. That's a fairly serious disease. I guess what's your own prognosis as to what happens?
Well, I can just tell you my symptoms. It's just abdominal pain, and what happens to me is when I'm training, I don't have the recovery. Like my immune system is going to fight an infection inside of my stomach, and my whole immune system, it runs me down. So because of what happened to me last time, I took it about 3 weeks farther than I should have, and didn't address the situation without antibiotics or those, the right medication. So I didn't want to go down that road again. So there isn't a fight in the world that's more important than my health. This fight is more important to me than a physical fight. So that's where I'm at right now.
Now, you said you had some tough choices to make as to whether to try to deal with this, I guess, through antibiotics or through potentially surgery. Have you made a decision what you're doing with that?
I haven't. Like I said, I went down to the Mayo Clinic yesterday. I was there for 14 hours yesterday, and met with doctors and CT scans and this, that, and the other thing, and we're trying to figure out. This is an illness that a lot of people have, the one thing that's different, I'm not like a lot of people. I consider myself a top-notch elite athlete that has to push his body to other limits. And because of the stress that I put on my body in the training camp, it causes this thing to become active again and not agree with what I'm doing. So the only solution, I've been able to manage it for 2 years. And when I left the doctor's office 2 years ago, they wanted to do the surgery on me then, and Dr. Bruder, one of my doctors, just saved me from doing that by giving me till the nth hour to enough time I had a hole in one of my diverticulitis, so it healed itself, and I was able to take the other road and to deal with it. But now I'm at another fork in the road to where, well, what do I do? So that's where I'm at right now.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time. Thanks for the announcement, and best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll move next to the site of Kevin Ioli with Yahoo Sports. Your line is open.
Hey, Brock, I'm sorry to hear about your illness, and I hope it clears up soon. I guess my question for you would be, what are the risks of surgery versus just, trying to manage it the way you have in the past?
Well, that's something that we haven't even gotten that far. I gotta follow up with my doctors and weigh the risks and the rewards, and right now we just I went down there yesterday to figure out, we're waiting on a number of different tests to come back, and we haven't even had that conversation. Like, the first thing that came on mind was from today to to June 11th, I can't be well enough prepared to step in the octagon and face Junior dos Santos. So that was the first thing that I had to address and pull out of this fight because it was just it didn't make any sense. I got 3 weeks of training camp and I'm nowhere where I need to be right now for number one contenders fight. So that was our first. I've got some more doctor's appointments to follow up with. I don't know the risks, if there are any. Hopefully, it's got to be better than what I've been dealing with for the last 2 years. So I'm looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. Here is what I'm looking for.
And Brock, could you feel like, even though you had cleaned up your diet and done all these things, that you were not the same Brock that you were previously athletically because of the illness?
I believe so. I believe that I haven't been that guy. Even on my comeback fight against Shane Carlin, I felt okay, but I would say that I was maybe 85-90%, and then the Velasquez fight was just, pushing myself to another limit, and so I mean, I just. I told my wife and everybody else around me about a week ago, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. So we got to find a solution to this. The fighter inside of me, the physical, the person that I am, doesn't want to back down from a fight. But let me tell you, my health and my family are more important than stepping in the octagon. So I don't care how much money you could put all the money in the world on it, but it's one thing I have found out through all this is that my family and my everybody, that's, if you ain't got your health and your family, you don't have diddly squat.
No doubt. Well, good luck, Brock. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our next question will come from the site of Dave Dieber with Postmedia News. Your line is open.
Hi, guys. Brock, having been through this once before, did you instantly recognize that just when something was off? You said that you haven't been exactly back to yourself, but when things flared up, did you realize pretty quickly that this could be the same issue coming back again?
Well, yeah, I knew right away that I was feeling the same feelings, but you start lying to yourself and start looking at yourself in the mirror like, no, it can't be, because my diet has carried me this far. I'm feeling okay, but there's always that somebody knocking on the door saying, this illness was something that has to be addressed.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Brock. Dana, what did you think when you heard about this?
Well, the first thing I said to him is, let's figure out. He was all bummed out about pulling out of the fight. I said, don't worry about the fight. Let's figure out. Go to the doctors. Go talk. See what happens at the Mayo Clinic, and then we'll go from there. We've really just been taking it one step at a time. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad it's not life-threatening, and that he can, he's at the best place in the world to be to get it checked out, and we'll take it one day at a time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Dana's first class on this thing. He was, he's always been first class with the health and well-being of his fighters, and he's a class act guy. Fighting is secondary to my health, and that's the first thing that came out of his mouth, and I greatly appreciate that.
Thanks, bro.
Okay, all right. Thanks, you guys. Take care, Brock.
All right, thanks.
And we'll move next to the site of Jeff Wagenheim with Sports Illustrated. Your line is open.